Okay, so good morning and happy hump day, folks. It is hump day. It is officially the middle of the week, and I am very happy to say that last night's episode of America's Got Talent was awesome. Before I get into that, let me get to my low about having active kindness. Yesterday just seemed kind of long, I guess. That was my low. My high was obviously watching America's Got Talent. And act of kindness was after what happened on Monday. See Monday's video for further information. I took the time to call my mom and told her and said hi and hello her. That was my act of kindness. Hey, listen, I literally scared my mom and dad on Monday morning. Not on purpose, obviously, but considering what happened, I said I was gonna, literally in yesterday's video, I said I'm gonna do a better job calling mom and dad, and I did. So, that's the test. Like, saying I did it once, yeah, that's great. Now I have to do it a lot more than once, which I'm going to do as soon as this video is recorded and uploaded. Speaking of which, I can't really start this video off without talking about how, listen, with America's Got Talent, it's very clear that talent can come from anyone at any age. So when a 10-year-old kid starts playing guitar like a badass, I'm like, yeah, this little 10-year-old kid is a badass. What was his name again? Melnick Vergolino. Oh, Bay Melnick Vergolino? I don't know. Oh, anyway, this kid was like really, really cool. Anyway, also, if you've been watching America's Got Talent for any number of years, chances are you've heard of the act, Deadly Games, which involves a couple that it's like throwing knives. There's a lot of like dangerous stuff, like shooting arrows. Basically, it's exactly what you would expect it is. Probably the greatest danger act America's Got Talent's ever had. So I was very shocked to learn last night that, because remember Deadly Games is a husband and wife couple, they got separated. I think divorced, if I remember correctly. Needless to say, it's always such a shock to a lot of people when that happens. Not to mention, consider what kind of an impact it could have on the people involved, specifically the wife who did a solo act last night and was encouraged to do that by her daughter, who was the one person who told her to never give up and get back on that stage. Kudos to that little girl. Because too often, and I've seen this myself. Well, actually, I've seen the following more often now, where it used to be that, a kid would potentially get emotionally, messed up because of parents separating or not seeing one parent enough and stuff like that. But kudos to this little girl for like keeping it together and encouraging her mom to do it. What was it? Anna Serenina. Yeah, that's her name. Anna Serenina. Like, she was, her act alone, you know what? I gotta agree with what Simon said though. Like, the act was incredible in every way, shape, and form. Like, she deserved those 4 yeses. However, I do gotta agree with Simon. The act did go on a little bit too long. Which, you know what? Simon was being fair, you know. You're just trying to work your nerves out. This is literally the first act she's done solo. Of course she's gonna be nervous. I mean, I guarantee you every solo artist out there who was in a group but is no longer in a group, I'm sure they were... That was weird. Must be some crazy truck outside. Anyway, I'm sure anyone who's ever gone solo has had to go through their fair share of getting over nerves and, you know, being able to do it. Not to mention the scene where because Simon says, listen, it was just a little slow. Where are you going to go from here? And Anna's like, you want to get up here and do this? To which Simon, of course, goes up there and, yeah. You know, every time I see someone invite one of the judges up there to do like some sort of trick, or in this case, something incredibly dangerous, I can't help but feel like it's awesome that it's not happening to me. Like, if that's me, I'm like, oh, I'm probably this probably won't go well. I mean, listen, this is professional stuff. I'm sure I'd probably be in the safest of hands. Probably. But yeah, that was probably the most girl power related thing I've seen in quite a while. Shout out to, actually, because technically Anna is a single mom raising her kid now. Like, shout out to all the single moms out there that are getting it done, making it happen. And shout out to the little kids out there who are the kids of single parents who, you know, don't let stuff like that get to them. Like, you press on and keep moving forward. Like, that's awesome. We gotta see more. Like, we need more of that. We do. I mean, again, listen. I mean, I personally have never gone, my parents have never, actually, my mom's parents went through divorce. So my mom is actually a child of divorce, so she would know that when parents separate, it's a lot. Not just for the parents themselves, but the close people involved. You know, it could be the kids, the parents of the parents that are divorcing, like friends, family. Like, it's a lot to deal with. And it can be emotionally overwhelming. So it's great to know that there are kids out there that have to go through that, but they don't let that get them down. Or if they do a really good job of not showing it. Okay, now there's one last act I gotta pay special attention to. And if I didn't do that, I feel that as a choir kid, I would be committing a sin if I didn't. Which was the Birmingham Youth Fellowship Choir. Which, I'm sure you don't know where you know what? I love that the director of this choir said it best. He said, you know, we're from Birmingham, Alabama, and when people think of great cities in America, Birmingham is not very high up on the list. Some would even say it's near the very bottom of that list of great cities in America. When, in actuality, it's filled with rich history, particularly in its history. The choir director himself grew up on that street where, you know, in the 1960s, that church bombing happened that sadly murdered 4 women. But because of that, internationally, you know, it helped kick off the civil rights movement. And 60 plus years later, here we are. And not to mention, like, this choir was founded by this guy when he was 18 years old. And it was a way to, the fundraiser for, school supplies and stuff like that. But after, like, their first major concert, so many kids walked up and said, hey, can I get in this? How do you get in? That he's kept it going for 10 years. I mean, I personally, I will admit, like, I know Birmingham, Alabama. I know is that where Alabama University is? It's either there or Mobile. Or no, Tuscaloosa, I'm sorry, darn it. See, that's like the problem. I know there's major cities in Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Mobile, I believe Selma might be in there as well. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, I mean, there was once upon a time where the state of Alabama was arguably the most, let's say, not very progressive state in our country. Again, this was during the Civil Rights Movement. I think you know where this is going from here. And stuff like that, stuff like seeing that choir do well and get a golden buzzer from Simon makes me so much at ease that we're living in better times. And we are living in better times. I can genuinely say that, years ago, people, even in the last, 20 years or so, culturally, we've gone so much farther than where we were when I was a kid. Actually, come to think of it, I say 20 years ago, I'm talking early 2000s to right now. Which, come to think of it, I was 15, holy cow. Man. It used to feel like 20 years ago felt like such a long time, but when you think, I was 15 20 years ago, and now I'm not. Oh, gosh. But, yeah, this choir was awesome. Absolutely deserved the golden buzzer from Simon. They were incredible. I mean, every now and again, there'll be a choir that shows up on America's Got Talent, and they just knock it out of the park. To me, I think the very first major choir I saw in America's Got Talent that I remember to this day was the Angel City Chorale. And then a few years later, Detroit Youth Choir was on. And, Birmingham Youth Fellowship Choir follows in that suit of great choirs that have appeared on America's Got Talent. I mean, it's hard to say where they're going to go from. Listen, Simon gave them the golden buzzer, which is awesome. But, everyone's backstage all celebrating, and Simon's like, listen, you guys are big, now you got to get bigger. That's the name of the game with America's Got Talent. What they did was absolutely incredible. If you don't do better than that next time, you're never going to be able to move forward. That's the harsh reality. That's the reality of the show. That's how it is. But given the fact that these kids come from a city enriched with great culture and history now, not that it wasn't already, but now the world is knows about it more now. It's very clear that these kids are definitely made out of the right stuff. What is the right stuff it's a term that is used to, they got it, They got that it factor, that thing that makes them unique, that thing that, when times are tough, odds are against them, they're going to get it done. So I have no doubt in my mind that the next time we see Birmingham Youth Fellowship Choir on America's Got Talent, I mean, again, they got the golden buzzer. Kind of hard to do much better than that. Well, if there was any choir they can, it's these kids. They totally got this, man. This is awesome. So yeah, this was a really great episode of America's Got Talent. I mean, I haven't even gotten any other stuff like several like dance choreography numbers, a few singers. They were great too. Yeah, man. There was one guy doing insane muscle movements, which yeah, can I physically move like that? Probably. Should I? No. I'll keep everything within the frame of this video. That's legal to see. Okay. So, actually, let me look up one more thing. Because normally on Wednesdays, I never know, like, what the plan is or what's coming out that I want to watch. We're going to do Wait There's More today for the Try Guys. Okay. I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'm subscribed to Second Try, and you should too. Shout out to the Try Guys. Yeah, if you couldn't tell with all the yawning I've been doing, I'm very tired, so I'm probably going to take a little kitty cat nap right now. Hope you all like this video. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm your own links. So if you're always watching the show video, if you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Remember, did I say Happy Hump Day? Happy Hump Day, folks. And remember, if you guys want to talk, channel, which will be here to let me always be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.